Yes! That was 9.
Oh man,
It says 10, but it was actually 9. So welcome to Green Sunrise Podcast, the Christmas, the Crimble version. Now we have got one special guest, but it's not all about her. It's not all about her. But we've also got we've got a return as well, by the way. We've got a return of a guy who was in the first episode. Bob.
Tonight, live on stage, Big Bob.
Big Bob.
One and all.
The one and only Bob. How you doing, mate?
It's good to be back, definitely. Long overdue, man.
Aye, long overdue,
Good to be
mate.
back as a substitute right now.
Yeah. Last minute subs always.
We've been saying for you a while, get back.
I know. So we had the opportunity. So what was meant to happen was Jay Downey from Mind Over Matter was meant to come in. I don't know if he double booked, but just couldn't make it. So we got a 2-minute subs in. Brian, I'm afraid you're back in.
Feels like yesterday since I was back in here. It's great to get back, and it's nice we'll all come together, and it's good.
So we're going to
ask me why I'm here.
We're going to spread a wee bit of Christmas.
You always have a special guest,
and we do.
I'm a special guest.
We do, and you always slate me for us, don't you?
You know what I mean? I always slate you for us.
But we've also got Adam. We've also got Adam as well, mate.
All right, man.
You're looking cool, mate.
That's all right.
You're the only person probably dressed for the Christmas party, apart from obviously
well,
special guest.
I was expecting a Green Sunrise podcast night out, but unfortunately we've not really got that yet. So,
but what we do have is we've got Niseko. So and I think you've got what have you got, mate? You're going to say
Niseko,
oh no,
aye.
Bob's got non-alcoholic.
I'd like to turn the label round.
Aye, I think so. She'll be all right. Cronenberg. Who was it? What type's that?
No Seco.
Not really, no Seco.
No, that one.
Is that the non-alcoholic choice?
Non-alcoholic Prosecco.
Nice.
So we're well done to Prosecco. So welcome back, mate.
thank you very much.
I'm going to give you a wee bit more space today. So you're going to run this show today. You're right for that.
I like to run the show.
You like to run the show. But we're going to find out more about what you've got doing at the moment with your wee running club, or the big running club.
Aye, I love running.
It's going to be running.
Run the show, run everything, running all the time.
So look, we're going to run through
You're a
this.
good looking boy. Your father must have been a good looking guy.
Do you know the guy?
Not so much.
Did you get a raffle ticket? Hey!
I'm the milkman I used to nick about Rob Royce, and he was a good looking guy.
But anyway, look over to our special guest and hopefully presenter or future presenter and co-host Lisa Maclean. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks.
You good?
Aye, thanks for
A
having
bit
me.
nervous.
A wee bit.
Good, that's
A wee
good.
bit.
That's good. So we don't even know. We have got a script, but as you can quite clearly hear when we walked in,
Just winging
the
it.
boys have just slated us on it.
Thrown it out the window.
They've just thrown it out the window. So we now don't have a script. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about good things happening in Glasgow and surrounding areas, and obviously Scotland, and we're just trying to put that out to other people and stuff like that. But first of all, what we're going to do is, I think we should get a wee catch up with you, Bob, if that's all right with you, mate.
Right, sure.
If you want to take the mic.
Sure.
What's been happening since last time you came in, mate?
It's been, the last year's been testing, do you know what I mean? But big change, massive change in medication.
Right.
It's calmed things right down. I don't know if it's just been a personal change myself, do you know what I mean? But not getting any of that intrusive thoughts and stuff like that. Mood's been drama a couple of times. A couple of weeks ago it was a wee bit dodgy.
Aye.
It was right touch and go, you know what I mean? Ready to pick up the phone.
Aye.
But apart from that, mate, no.
Aye, been all right.
Things are not, mate. Things are steady, I'm still swimming.
Good, mate. Aye.
And that's what, mate.
Aye.
You all set for a good Christmas?
Aye, mate. I've got the family. I'm going to go and see my parents. The two of them are still in their 80s, you know what I mean? So,
Aye.
it'd be good to spend that time.
Right.
What time like with that going on it because of their age. But I look forward to it, but
Aye.
it's important. Family time is important this time of year.
Yeah.
Pick the phone up to your pals, pick the phone up to your friends, you know.
Aye,
That sort
definitely.
of stuff, innit?
Yep, definitely.
Message you, because this way anybody with mental health at this time of year, mate, it's going to be crucifying that.
Aye. Well, me and you spoke about wee Maggie. Wee Maggie's been back in, and we're hopefully going to get Maggie back in for next year, for 2024. And Maggie was saying that obviously she's been struggling a wee bit, but at the same time as her best therapy was doing this, just sitting with us for a couple of hours, even although it was a daunting task for her to tell her story like that.
Mate, she was a bang of nerves, just like you're saying there, Lisa. It's unexpected you're in here, but this 5 minutes after you start talking this mic and just talking to your pals.
Aye.
And that's how I think the lassie seemed to be as relaxed.
Yep.
I was on the phone to her last night, the other night at about 1 o'clock in the morning, and she's really keen to come back in.
Aye.
She's got a far bigger story to tell.
Yeah, bigger story.
Did you know Maggie before?
First I met her.
I think that's great, but that you made such a strong connection that she can phone you at any time through meeting here, just to discuss the things that these are facing together.
It's not just about doing the show and then walking out the door and then forgetting about each other. It's about constantly keeping that link, and that's the thing that she says. She actually watched back her podcast the night before she was on the phone to me. She done nothing but greet for an hour solid.
Aye.
Because of how emotional it was, but she never realised how strong that show had came across.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's making that impact on her, what's it make to the people that's got lived life experiences with Maggie?
Aye.
It's a brilliant thing, mate.
Aye. So hopefully we're going to have past guests giving us comments for recently, for obviously the episodes they've done, and also gives a wee Christmas message as well. And hopefully as well that we're going to have a special message for Owen, a boy that I used to work with for Enable Scotland, but Owen is very much still part of my life, but I've just not seen him in a good while. So we're hopefully going to have a wee message for him later on in the show. And
that's who the yes is for.
And that's who the yes is for.
I know a lot of people go, what is that all about? And get a bit, but that is who the yes is for, so everybody knows.
Yeah, so at the start of every show, Owen's obviously knows all about it.
He's turned that into a bit of a phenomenon.
It's
a big thing in the Bishop Briggs. It's taking over.
It's right, because people coming up to me and going like, yes.
I remember I was in Madrid maybe last month. People.
That's right, who was it you bumped into?
The Bull Dougie Liddle.
Dougie Liddle's, there's a wee shout out for Dougie Liddle.
We introduced him to Yas.
Aye.
Sitting in this wee small tapas bar that we took over at 3 in the morning. And we're all shouting yes and having a cracking time.
Yes.
Yes.
So just shows you, didn't it?
Aye, it just shows you. Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Paul Quinn. Mr. Worldwide. Mr. Worldwide.
Exactly. So
I've seen somebody for the last episode commenting about, obviously, Jerry Taylor's a friend of Lisa's, him and me Wido.
Yeah.
And that was a powerful episode. And but there was somebody from America put a comment on that. I don't know if you've seen that, Paul.
No.
About how that impacted them, and that they were like, first time they'd seen the episode.
Aye.
So the message is certainly starting to grow, starting to get out there, and hopefully we continue to do that. And then we've got a new contributor who we expect a lot from.
Yes. There's no pressure, but tell me a wee bit. Obviously, you done a wee bit with the Axon Boys, didn't you, as well? Was it for the St Rochs?
It was for the St Rochs and the Celtic centenary match.
That's right, the centenary match. That's right.
So I got in with St Rochs maybe first.
Aye.
And then that was coming up. So Jerry had kind of mentioned doing some bits to kind of try and promote the game. It didn't really need much promoting.
Aye.
To be fair.
That's right. But still, it was good to see because
it was fun.
It was really fun.
And I don't know if they actually realise, but it helped me at the time more than they actually know.
Aye.
It kept me busy. It keeps your mind busy. It gives you something to do. It gives you a focus.
Yep.
And it helped me a lot.
Aye. It's remarkable. Obviously it was Paul John Dykes from Celtic Mind. He obviously got in about it, and he kind of created the way of making money, didn't he? He was the one that started the charity for. I mean, the stuff he's doing with Jamie Tierney
is incredible.
It's amazing.
The only thing I would say is obviously someone who's been at St Rochs basically my whole life. I mean, Adam, for your granddad Pat, my Uncle Stephen played there, and I played there as a school kid in school tournaments and stuff. I can remember going up there and there was only 3 people. Mm-hmm. I've got a season ticket for St Rochs. I didn't even get into that game. So it got really, really well promoted. And was it 25,000 people watched the match online?
There was a lot, and it sold it pretty quickly as well.
That used to be, St Rochs Juniors, one man and his dog, basically. That promotion that you done and the amount of people who watched that on YouTube, a phenomenal impact. And that impact has stayed in the area because people who either, grew up, went to St Roch Secondary, which is the school I went to, and grew up in the whole Garngard and the surrounding areas like Sighthill where I grew up, they still are talking about that and what a momentous day is. So, you know, when you say I didn't need much promotion, it did, but the long term effects has been fantastic for that wee club and for the people of that sort of north of Glasgow.
Aye. I mean, it's a night and day from when I used to go up when I was a small, I'm only 20, so maybe about 10 years ago.
When
I was a wee boy.
You were dragged up with your granddad when you were
and
nursery.
there was hardly a cover in the place. You'd have to have your wee jacket, your wee dinosaur jacket, fucking hood over.
Aye.
Harley had a fucking heater. He heat up the pies. It was just a total rundown mess. But I mean, all the fond memories of going on a Saturday afternoon.
Aye.
Totally night and day. What it is now, it's crazy. I mean, when I'm 64,
Aye.
I'll look back and tell my kids or my grandkids and take them up and rinse and repeat. It's
So,
a special club.
So do you go to St Rock's games as well? Do you go?
I go to the games. It's a brilliant wee club. It's everybody is so friendly.
Yeah.
All the fans, everybody that works there, the committee, the players, they're all so welcoming. Like you don't feel like an outsider or a newbie. Or I feel like I've been going for years. It was only this season I started going, but they just are. They're a brilliant wee club. I love the atmosphere.
Yeah. And a few of the boys as well. I think a few of the boys have got a few stories as well. I think I remember watching on YouTube one of the boys telling his story.
It was Ben Daly.
Was it Ben Daly?
Aye, it was Ben Daly.
Right.
That was an amazing thing that he did, and obviously to get that message out there as well. So
Right.
he's still there.
So what was the story with that again?
It was for suicide awareness.
Right, okay. Right.
It's still on YouTube. It's
Aye.
a really good video. It's a good watch. And it took some guts to.
Aye, so
do
I think it would be good to actually, if we could get some of the boys facing rocks to come on, maybe they might come in and tell their story as well and stuff like that. Now, this isn't really much a party without that there. Brian, can you maybe get that, open that up here?
Cracker time.
With the crackers.
Because there's not much of a Christmas party if we're not going to do
No, we need
to cheat up a wee tiny bit.
Get the tunes on.
But whilst we're doing that, mate, tell us
let's work it out.
Tell us about what's happening.
What's happening? Oh, well.
But you've got an announcement to make.
Yes,
obviously.
I have.
Now, Brian did say you were one of the sponsors.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Aye,
And
yes, you forgot about
a massive contributor.
Yes, it's all right.
I did forget about that.
Yes, I will take your apology.
So tell me, what's been happening, mate?
Well, me and my wee mate Ben, we're kind of over the lockdown and stuff, got really into running. Probably in due part, I get really into running. My gran, my mum passed away of leukemia, so that was my distraction almost from all the grief, and it helped me. I used to run from the house to the graveyard every day, sit there, talk to her, and that for me took away a lot of that pain process that a lot of family kind of still have to this day. And ever since then, I find it really hard if I don't go a run, at least, once a day. I mean, I'm a bit mad. So since then, I've ran a couple of marathons. I won a boxing match. And
I was going to say about the boxing as well. So the boxing was a thing?
Aye, boxing, aye. Not a lot of training. Probably done it. Probably trained like, I don't know, your average alcoholic. Just.
No, but to be fair, you need to tell about your concussion because you.
Oh, aye. Well, I'd playing rugby at the time, and I was concussed, kept failing the tests, didn't think I was going to be able to actually fight, and then luckily the week before I kind of get cleared. Not just kind of was like that, aye. So I done it, and luckily I won when very little training.
You won it as well?
It's actually on YouTube.
Aye.
If you ever watch it, it's not the technical masterclass that you would expect. It's probably it'd be like two guys fighting outside a pub, and I'd be probably praising it too highly.
What did you make of that, Da?
He was there.
Aye, no, so what did you make of it?
He was agree.
Yes.
I rugby tackled the boy.
Yeah, rugby tackled him at one point, which was quite funny.
Which is.
But
get that on YouTube.
But it was interesting. It was an interesting day, obviously. His mother, my Pauline Pam, was there, and she was like any mother, really, really worried. Mm-hmm. I was just hoping that he'd be okay, but how many people you had? All your rugby friends at the time was there. right?
All my pals, all my best pals.
All your pals. There's a massive crowd, and they're obviously all standing around, man, get stuck in and everything else. But my only concern was, any father that he'd be all right. Because I also knew you had no training. You'd went to, again, Madrid.
Yes.
You'd went to Madrid again to watch a football team.
Me and you were in New York.
That's right. Yeah. So, you were just, basically in off the street, and the poor chap that you fought, he looked really well.
30. He was 10 year older than me.
He was
he 30?
Aye, he was 30.
He came into, was I live in America?
Aye.
And the guy may be watching this and wanting a rematch. You need to be careful what you're saying.
Absolutely. I'm game for it.
But
pay me and I'll do it.
But
I could, right?
Aye.
But that thing, that's again another charity, so you could maybe tell about that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, a lot to do with, I think we've diverted slightly off track, but
No, that's fine.
we've started our running club called the Eclipse.
Right.
And we meet every Sunday morning, and our goal is to eventually get everybody for whatever ability or whatever background you come from to come on a Sunday morning, meet, socially interact, get the physical health aspect, out the road, go to Cafe Ronzo, which is in Bishop Briggs,
right,
and sit and continue to just get to know everybody, connect, and that can do a hell of a lot for people.
Yeah,
especially this time of year, because it's for a lot of people quite a
it's tough going.
Tough.
So it's good that you're doing that, because we're obviously this episode is about sharing things that are happening in Glasgow, good things that are happening, and that's definitely
What's your catchphrase?
Well, it was wee Ben that came up with that one. No one gets left behind.
Which is true.
That's true. And that's how you want it.
This weekend we've actually got our first disabled participant coming along.
Oh, right.
A young boy with cerebral palsy.
Right.
Coming along this weekend, so we're looking forward to that one and welcoming him, and hopefully that encourages
So is that the Sundays
to come
in
along. Yes.
Oh, brilliant.
At 10 in the morning.
Oh, brilliant.
So hopefully that encourages more people from whatever ability to come out and start.
Bob, is your one for talking about when we started this Green Sunrise podcast, right? You were at the very kind of start of my kind of thoughts on it, and that's one of the things that Green Sunrise is about. It's like you don't get left behind if you're talking to somebody, and I think that's why the people that we're talking to and the people that we've interviewed, so far, I'm always on the phone to them. But you've made a connection, like you were saying, you made a connection with Maggie. She's now got somebody else that she didn't have before. And I think
Spider's web, mate, innit?
Aye.
Big link, there's that ripple effect in it, in the pond, innit?
Aye.
When something bad happens to somebody,
Yep.
it affects that. But this makes this. I see you in the taxi and we up. This is just going to get bigger and better.
Aye.
Yeah, we've got Lisa there. It's going to start her own show. We've been talking
Yep.
3-4 other people that's been part of this
Aye.
in here. They've started their shows.
Yep.
And they're all from all different corners of the country,
Yep.
aren't they?
Aye.
It's just going to get bigger and bigger.
Aye. It's a domino effect, and it's
People don't need to leave the house to do this, mate.
no.
You leave the house, you just listen in.
Yep.
You just need to listen in. And this time of year, mate, all you've done is stuck in that house in.
Yeah.
This is the positivity. This is phenomenal. Mate.
Yeah.
What you're doing and all, mate, fair play to you for that. For the charity work that you've started. That's just going to get bigger and better as well. It's a connection, all spawns for the one thing, isn't it?
Aye.
It's a brilliant thing, mate. Brilliant.
And I think as well I was going to say there. So I've been doing training this week about self-harm and self-awareness. So the suicide awareness. So suicide awareness talk, and I think that's very much part of this show. We talk about a wee bit about suicide a lot, and I think that when we come up with that, so the training that I've done this week was all about you actually having a conversation with somebody and just giving them that door. If you like. So the best example I can come up with is that when I done the training, I done it based over at Swamp, G53 area in Glasgow, and it was a 2-hour kind of class, and they were talking about suicide talk and suicide awareness, and they were talking about just the fact that if you ask somebody a question, how you're feeling, being direct, if you have a thought that they're maybe suicidal, being direct and go like that, because that's how me and you met. Was, are you suicidal? You were obviously having these issues in your life, and you still have that in your life, if I can imagine.
Right. So it doesn't leave you, mate.
Aye.
It doesn't leave you, but the good thing is I've got, mate, is You were asking earlier on how my mental health is. If I get to the stage now, mate, that I go down that low, I'm on the phone.
Yep.
I'm on the phone to Paul. Do you know what I mean? I'm on the phone to yourself. There's a link, isn't it?
Aye.
We've all got a phone on. Nobody switches their phone off.
Yep.
You've always got that link there. So I've always got somebody at the end of my phone for my cry for help.
Yeah.
I noticed, just to pick up on what you said, Lisa, like, what's a day in the life for Lisa? Because you sort of said about when you done that promotion for St Roch's, it helped you at the time.
Yep.
So, you know, what is where were you at, or was there any issues that you had, anything that you want to share?
Can you share that? Aye.
I think the last year and a half, maybe even 2 years, have been really difficult. I think if you look at my social media though, it doesn't portray that. I'll get a lot of people saying to me, oh, you're living your best life and things like that, but that couldn't actually be further from the truth. And normally when you see somebody that's out all the time and posting pictures of me doing this and away doing that isn't actually my life at all. But I'm not going to sit at home and be like, I've sat in my bed greeting all night and the night's been really hard, and I'm not going to share that part of it. I'm only going to share the part that I want people to see. And I think by going out and doing that all the time, it's kind of a form of self-sabotage. It's not. I'm not actually out enjoying myself. I'm not actually out having fun. I'm distracting myself. I'm keeping myself busy, because if I don't keep myself busy, I don't know where I'll be. And that's where St Roch's massively helped me, especially Andy at St Roch's. I don't know if you know Andy, but
is it Andy Roger?
No, that's my pal that comes with me, Andy Smith. So when they contacted me and asked me to do that stuff, I was having a really, really hard time. But that gave me a purpose. And it might sound daft to some people because it's only football, it's only this.
So
but to me, that was...
Were you contacted to do the modelling work
Aye,
first?
so they contacted me and asked me if I would help with like their new kit launch and stuff. And that, I just focused completely on St Roch's. I was there all the time. It kept me busy, and even at night I would go home and I'd be texting Andy, like, right, what can we do to promote it?
So
what can we do?
Were you a model first of all? Or
No,
was that what introduced you to St Roch's?
No. It was one of my pals through Celtic, actually. It was him that had kind of introduced me to St Roch's, and I started going along to their games, sharing their stuff a bit without even realising. I was just sharing it because I was interested in it, and then they'd contacted me and asked, so it gave me something to focus on, something to do, something that was away from my own life, distracted me from my own life, and just kept me busy. So it's kind of helped me massively.
So Adam, is that why you bought the strip? Because you seen Lisa modelling it?
Did you buy it?
I did buy it, I bought last season's, aye.
Can you just say it was because you seen it?
Aye, it was just because I seen it. I'll not tell my bird that, but...
Your bird, Ellie, did you hear how he got you that? The lovely young Ellie Taylor?
Yes. The missus.
No, yes, the missus. No, I actually was originally trying to buy it to get it for Magaluf, but it never showed up in time, so I just...
The strips are brilliant.
Oh, they're brilliant.
They actually are
They're really
cracking.
nice.
Well, I found I caught the strip as well, the one with all the names.
You've got one as well.
I've got one as well.
I've got the names and all the
I'll need to look
back.
at that, because apart from my sister's name's on that.
Is that right?
Oh, it's on the white one, I think.
Is it?
Well, the Boy for Paradise plaques, he's on it because he sponsors them as well. I think, do they sponsor players or something like that? Is it a player they sponsor?
I think your name, my sister. Oh,
No,
you can do that.
I think you can sponsor a player as well. So that's an option for obviously St Roch's.
But no, that's great. I didn't know what your involvement was. I mean, I seen on one of them, it was the Ayrshire Candy, which I think is just incredible, because...
That wasn't actually mine. That was one of the other guys. He's got that, but he's from North Ayrshire and he's actually a Black Hill boy. So I've decided I'm taking that over because I'm the OG Ayrshire Candy, so that's mine. And Andy Rogers, that's...
Is he from...
He's fair as well, so when I started going up and down, he kind of started coming along with me, and he's got so involved. He absolutely loves it. So there's quite a few ways go up and down now, so...
which is incredible.
Right.
It is.
Right, let's get these crackers.
Let's go. Who's going first?
I'll let you strike. Come on, me and you. I've never put a cracker with you.
There you go. Oh, you won as well, man.
Right.
Oh,
thank God there's another one. Oh, yes, I get.
Did it?
Go.
Now.
Aye. I'll tell the joke.
Right, so...
There we go.
I'm not doing that.
Bob. Yes, I got one. Yes, I won one.
Now,
Right, you
I'd
read
love
that
to
up.
know who. I should get a job, actually, because I'm sure I could come up with better jokes than
Get
this.
another one.
Why do birds fly south in winter?
They one with Bob.
Don't know.
Because it's too far to walk.
What? Did that pop?
Right.
Did that?
What did you get?
See?
Say that again.
Why do birds fly south for the winter? Because it's too far to walk. Apparently that's a joke.
That's a joke. That's no bad.
Anyway, I'm going to change my hat.
Wait,
Oh,
did you-
what prize? I got a pencil.
I get a dom.
You get a what?
A Domino's or something. I get a
dong?
dice. I get a dice.
magic.
What is a dong?
I got a dice.
I've got a wee black book.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Paul Quinn, you just recently bugged your black book.
But I
for
bought my
Emma.
black book. I don't need that no
There you
longer.
go, I was needing a new one.
Why is a horse like a cricket match?
I have no idea.
Don't know.
Because they get stopped by the rain.
Ah, brilliant.
Jesus. What do you call a cow that plays a guitar?
Say that again?
What do you call a cow that plays a guitar?
A cow that plays a guitar, I don't know.
Adele.
Musician. Musician. Musician.
Oh my god.
Not-
What does a
aye,
frog do when his
Yoko
car breaks down?
I don't know. What does a frog do when his car breaks down?
He gets it towed away.
Hey, that's a good one.
That's
There
probably
you
the
go.
That is a good one. That's the best one yet.
Is
I like your hat. Do you like my hat?
oh, by the way, where'd you get the hat for?
Fuck Tefano.
No, where'd you get it for?
That's joke. Well,
Fuck Tefano. We've got to talk about him. We've got to talk about Fuck Tefano.
well,
Aye, that's it. Just get on it a bit.
I've also got a jumper.
I think it looks good.
That looks
It
good.
does look good.
Where's
I'll
your
put
soap?
mine on a minute.
I can't look at the glasses on the face.
I won't fit over. So, anyway, I'll put on my hat.
What did you get?
It is.
Thanks for being here.
What is that?
I'm trying to talk here,
Oh,
Mr.
big
Quinn.
one, right, okay.
I'm trying to talk here.
Sorry, I do apologise, sorry.
So, yes, fuck Tefano. Now, I work with a young lady called Orla O'Donnell. Adam knows Orla's boyfriend, is it Charlie?
Charlie, aye. Crank guy.
And this is our product. Their stuff's great. I mean, I've got a jumper, a t-shirt. Their stuff is really, really high quality. And my wife knows there's a guy from Bishop Briggs called Paul O'Donnell. And
Hopefully.
you can hopefully he'll be on
future.
here soon because he's got a great story to tell. So go online, fuck Tefano,
Fucktefano.com. So it says here.
Their stuff's really,
So it
really
says
good.
here, Fuck Tefano is a result of one person's feelings of desperation, frustration, and devastation. For more than a decade, and recently there was even a little inspiration thrown into the mix for a little bit of balance. Now after overcoming years of trepidation, it's taken a lot of perspiration and determination to give this a go and make it happen. So he's obviously got a good story or a story behind
I thought
what
it was
he's
just
trying
nice
to do.
clothes, but there you go.
Aye, but he's got a good. The description goes on quite well, quite a long time. Sorry, but these guys, Fuck Tefano. I've seen the video that was in Fuck Tefano and it was quite funny and I thought that's really good. But he's obviously got a true story behind that. And sorry, you said it was somebody that.
Well, I know Orla from where I work. She's from Bishop Briggs, and then you know her boyfriend.
Aye, Charlie, who I went through school with, crank guy.
So, and obviously my wife knows, I think she knows Paul, who does this through getting into the shop. Oops, a Daisy Florist. I've not mentioned Oops, a Daisy Florist as of
We've
yet.
all mentioned
5
them.
times the last
They
time I mentioned Oops,
they
a
get
Daisy
5
Quite
Florist.
funny. It's quite a common thing for getting sponsors in this.
I'm glad you said that because Beyond Entertainments is sponsoring today's show as well. So a big shout out to DJ Stephen Bennett from Beyond Entertainments. He's sponsoring today's show. Stevie, I told you to tell you this time. I missed him last time because you shouted at me.
Yes, I was shouting. I took over. But can I just say, the stuff Stevie's putting on TikTok of the stuff he's doing at weddings.
Weddings, aye.
It's just fantastic.
It's phenomenal, isn't it?
Yes.
Aye.
Now, it'll be another 6, 7, 8 years before you get married, son. Right? Believe you me.
At least
I'm
7,
telling you right now.
10, 15.
Right?
28, that's
10,
28,
15,
it'd be 28.
Right. So, but just, you know,
Aye.
I want a discount.
Aye,
Very
no,
big
no.
He said he's doing it for nothing.
Ah, yeah, but at that
aye.
point, I'll be with it for nothing.
Oh, you got to do it yourself.
Just,
No,
You know.
it's a massive
So
job.
that's you all right. You're all right for flowers. You're all right for the DJ.
Aye.
And then if anybody wants to run about
a bakery or something.
run
gives a
about
cake
the
on it.
chapel or the hall.
Aye.
I'll bet you can.
Fantastic.
Aye, Bob's a
Brilliant.
builder.
There's a builder, mate. I can get in, mate.
Right. So
Fix it. Did a whole
Is there any good things happening, Bob, that you can share with us that's happening that you know of in our area?
Jude, the girlfriend.
Yep.
One of her clients deals with the homeless.
Right. Okay.
Underneath Central Station Bridge.
Right.
So they've just, she's asked if I asked Jude to see if it's possible if I could get
Right.
where I'd love to do it. Jude and I have offered to do it.
Yep.
But they've actually just secured premises. One of the big companies have got an office building. And it's now in a basement. They've gave their basement up.
Oh, excellent.
So they've not just got somewhere to stand in the column gate. They've got somewhere. This is getting bigger as well.
Right.
So that's a brilliant thing. We spoke about this earlier on.
Yeah.
About homelessness in Glasgow this
Yeah.
year. And in Britain, Glasgow's got less amount of people on the streets than any other cities.
is that right? Okay, that's
true,
good.
yeah.
That's good to know.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah, this hopefully this is going to give another step up, mate.
So what are they called? Sorry, do you know?
No, at this
Right.
point, I don't.
They've got, because obviously I need to give a shout out to, I was speaking to Anthony Riley, who he created Help the Homeless in Glasgow, and he's been doing that for a good few years now. He's got another job as well, but I don't know what that is. I just know that he does that, and he's also created Help the Homeless, and they've went for so many followers to, I think it's 26,000 people that are in this group now, or these followers are on his page, and they're doing so much good work for the homeless, and it's
This time of year is hard for them.
oh definitely.
Everybody's walking down the girl street with 10 bags of Christmas presents inside to eat people, and somebody's sitting there.
Yeah, I mean, I was out this afternoon for a meal with my wife, and the town is absolutely jumping. And 4 o'clock we were in the Flight Club, which is
I've seen that actually just outside George Square.
It was like Saturday night at 4 o'clock. It was absolutely jumping in that wee Christmas market. You know, I mean, you might not know I'm being a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of wee piggies that they've got frying. There is, well, that's what I see. Obviously, people might say, "Oh, it's a nice big bit of ham," but it was absolutely the amount of people were queuing up to eat that horrible stuff. But it was just absolutely jumping.
Aye.
Absolutely jumping. You think it's 4 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon? Does nobody work? But it's a good thing. It's great. Everybody getting into the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Which is always nice to see.
To break up a wee bit, what's everyone's favourite Christmas song?
Oh, that's a good shout, by the way. Your favourite
Song?
Christmas song?
Aye.
Give me some.
I don't want everybody in mind to lose that shit with them, man.
Oh, of course. Good.
I don't like. I'm a massive Pogues fan, and that's a bugbear of mine.
Right, mate.
That song, and I'll
I
tell
don't like it myself.
right, and I'll tell you why. No, I love the song, but I'll tell you why. And this is the Pogues fanatic
boy,
coming out of
okay.
me. Right, couple of things. Right, he plays the piano in the video. Right, that caused a lot of issues, according to James Fernley, who actually played the piano in the song, one of the original members. But the people doing the video wanted it to look like Shane McGowan was doing it.
Right.
Shane McGowan gets all the credit for writing the song, but he was only a co-writer, Jem Finer, who was
So who was that?
also Jem Finer, who's also
Right.
in the Pogues. Although in saying that, I was in the Citizens Theatre years ago to see a Brendan Behan play, and it was getting directed by Kathy Burke, right? And I sits down, and right next to me is Jem Finer, and I'm like, oh man, Pogues fanatic. I'm like, oh, you're Jem Finer. You're Jem Finer. You helped write Fairy Tale New York. And he looked at me as if no another one, you know.
Aye.
Piss off. But no, it's my favourite Christmas song is probably Happy Christmas, War is Over, John Lennon.
That's
But what's the thing they know about the Wham? you can't listen to Wham or something.
What?
Somebody
I
was
don't
saying that
know.
to me. It's like
Christmas?
Whamageddon. Have you not heard of Whamageddon?
Whamageddon?
No. Well, apparently Whamageddon is there is a guy on, I think it's XFM, who's set doing a challenge to people not to listen to Last Christmas, and people are all getting involved in that. So
How are they going to do that? Armageddon, you're right.
aye. So it's to make sure nobody listens to that song, and that's the challenge to go through Christmas, and it's taken off. Or it has with the young folk like myself, the trendy ones. I don't use the all sitting
The young
here.
tings.
Use it all sitting
the young
along.
ones.
But I've been with it for myself.
We're at times.
I'm aware of these things. I'm having trendy, you see.
Down with the kids.
Down with the kids.
Well,
Down with the kids.
So what's your so happy Christmas war is over as mine? Over to you.
But I don't even know. I honestly don't. I'm hopeless.
You're rubbish with music.
I'm rubbish with music. I love music, but when it comes to somebody asks me a question, what's your favourite? I'm like, Mariah Carey, obviously. Oh, there you go.
Aye.
The most famous one ever. And I was a big Mariah Carey's my first love, right?
Right, okay.
So Mariah Carey beats them all hands down in the charts,
Yeah.
100%. She must have made more money on it though than any other
What's that?
Christmas
All I
song.
Want for Christmas
All I
is
Want
You.
for Christmas is You.
Slade. Do you know I've been running it?
Ah, that was a cracker.
Slade.
Say that again.
Slade.
Aye.
Like him. Do you know the number one? Do you know selling these records?
Maybe it was Slade.
Aye,
Was it
Merry
Slade?
Christmas, was it? I always get mixed up with the one.
It's Christmas, that one.
Aye.
Aye.
And who was it done the other one? Was it Wizards? That's the ones I was
getting
getting.
lift, innit? Or when you're on the phone to the doctor's surgery, innit? Innit? Slade is part of your visit.
Aye, that's right. That's the tune that you need to listen to.
Take the song.
Aye.
Apparently the story, see with that Last Christmas, but the Whamageddon one.
Aye.
Apparently there's a story, and people can correct me if I'm wrong. George Michael gave Andrew Ridgeley the rights to that when he was leaving Wham.
Right.
So Andrew Ridgeley could just go. He went and lived in Cornwall surfing and just after the royalties of that.
Well, aye,
Just because that was his best pal,
Aye.
and just went, right, you have the rights to that song. So, which I think is an amazing thing myself. But on that
What?
worthless information, Lisa, what's your best?
Aye, what's yours?
favourite
What
song?
about you, Lisa?
Probably would have been Fairy Tale in New York, but I quite like Slade as well.
Aye.
I do.
Aye, controversial. I think Noel Gallagher's version of that song's better.
Aye, although
Oh, he done a verse, didn't he?
Aye. Tremendous.
Was it?
Unreal. Aye.
I'd have
I
thought
would
he'd
have
have
preferred it
thought
if it was Leon,
Far
but
better.
Oh, you
Don't get started on
Don't
that.
get started.
You've already told me to wind them up.
What was the other thing I said to White Dad?
Tell him that I love David Turnbull
All right.
and that I hate Oasis and the Beatles.
Yes.
Christ. Jesus, that's
I drew the line at lying about David Turnbull.
Aye, just don't mention Greg Taylor.
Oh, what's wrong with Greg Taylor?
Oh, come on, we're getting into
No.
this.
But we'll dive in.
Talk
here.
about the
We'll
football
dive in
after.
here.
We'll talk about football later. But, Fabinho Taylor, I like to call him. Like
Aye,
Fabinho. It was Fabinho Taylor last year, but he's probably not this year. But
I would say the war is over for mine. Or actually a song that I heard as a young boy when I used to go down to my grandma's for Christmas. She would used to cook all the Christmas dinner and that. She'd have a song called A Prisoner's Christmas song in the kitchen,
Oh, aye.
which is a personal favourite of mine.
that's right. Right, we'll go this. We're going to stop for a wee. We'll
You're
stop.
meant to hide
We'll
that love
stop.
away, Adam Mitchell. Come on.
You can't hide that.
We'll stop for a wee toilet break and then we'll come back in the second half. Right, welcome back to the second half of the show. And we are talking about, let's try and make it a bit cheerier for Christmas. What makes you cheery at Christmas, Brian?
What makes cheery? Well, we'll not mention all the stuff you spoke about in the break. That type of stuff makes me cheery, but that's maybe
What did we speak about in the break?
another episode.
What did we speak about in the break?
But well, I'll be having a word with you later on the bump. But what makes me, what made me happy, and unfortunately my son's here, but they were the greatest things ever. Being a parent at Christmas is sensational.
Must be shite now,
Right.
but because we're all.
No,
We're
it
old.
really is. It's heartbreaking when your kids grow up, but
Aye.
Aye, that is, and I know it's not everybody's choice, that wants to have kids, and people, I appreciate the fact that some people can have kids.
Aye.
And from time to time, me and my wife did say, God, man, see if it wasn't for these kids, we'd have a fortune.
I know. You say,
but we used to, the greatest two things that ever happened to us was Adam and his wee brother Jack, and I will forever miss being Santa Claus. I know, I get I'm a few wee cuts and I'm not used to shaving, but the white beard, and I thought I better shave if I'm going into the city centre in case any wee kids stop
it's not
me
that.
and hand me the list. You know what I mean? They may go, all right,
Bob's almost at these Bob's
I shaved that.
But
if I was getting roasted because he says I'm like Uncle Albert, it only feels
I know his wee brother said that the monster, the Goonies. They say that to me, and I'm like,
that's a bit steep, but also it's also, I know we're talking about uplifting spirits and all that, what keeps you happy and all that, but there's also that point of people who might be watching the show based on mental health, who maybe don't get to see their kids and talk to their kids as well, so it can be a very difficult time without bringing it down. But there's also, that's also apparent, and I can imagine how much hurt people can go through. And I think what we are trying to do at Green Sunrise Podcast is I'm going to be leaving resources and people that are there to help us make it a bit more cheery, even though I've kind of brought it down a couple of levels. But Lisa, what about yourself? Is there anything that Christmas says to you about Christmas?
I have to actually agree with you. I was going to say the exact same thing. Like, I think everybody says the best bit about Christmas is believing in Santa. I don't think it is. I think being Santa is the best bit about it. See their wee faces on Christmas morning. My son's birthday's Christmas Eve though, so it's a double whammy. It's when he was younger. He'll be 15 this month, but when he was younger, it was a bit of a nightmare because he was knackered come the end of it. We were knackered, so he tried to get everything sorted. He could enjoy it a wee bit more as he gets older, but then they stop believing. So yeah, it's a kind of catch-22 that one. But
well, I used to. I get dressed up as Santa one time for a Christmas party.
There was a guy in the town today dressed up as Santa on the horse, the Duke of Wellington horse.
I seen that actually. I climbed up on it.
He was sitting on top of it.
He was sitting on top of it, waving everybody.
How did he get up there?
Absolutely
so high.
Somebody gave him a punty.
He's a massive punty.
Massive.
But I was an Italian Santa one time.
What? How did you? Here's a question.
Oh, sorry.
How did you? And when did you find out that Santa wasn't real?
I don't know, but I actually remember having a big Barney view.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you just told him.
I remember. I remember.
This is for adults, you know.
I remember you told me I had a big Barney view. I felt dead, like offended and stuff like that. You don't remember that?
Me?
No, he won't remember it because he was the one that done the.
No.
Aye, because it was my mum that told me. I'd asked her the question and I think she just kind of went aye, but I remember going to you like just dead offended and having a Barney in my grand's house because I was like, you lied to me all these years? What kind of sick bastard are you? You don't remember that?
I must have been drunk. I must have been too much mulled wine.
Just sat there dead offended, dead like.
I used to have some of the best Santa excuses ever, right?
Like what?
The Jack revealed to me that he's found out a year or two earlier before, right? Because Pamela, my wife, his mum, had put Christmas presents underneath your bed, which was the stupidest thing ever. But I used to do great. Now, you used to have on the phone, you used to have the Santa tracker. Do you ever see that?
Aye.
Right. So I used to be like, I'd take you to like Mass and Christmas Eve and then, Santa's just going to rush you now and everything else. And I remember getting asked, the two years were asking and sitting down and you were saying, so if Santa's real, right, and he's probably by then knew, but you were trying to like wind me up.
Too short to say it.
If Santa's real, then how can they see him? How's he never on the telly? I says, well, NASA, and I remember saying, NASA can track him because that's the people who spend the spaceships up to the moon, right? But Santa's not got the time to do interviews. And then I came up with this one and I was really proud of this myself. He's right in bed, I was sitting going, that was a cracker. I said, do you know why it's 12 o'clock in Scotland at lunchtime, but it's 12 o'clock in Australia at night. And the trees were like, no, I said, that's so Santa can get all round the world. That's why you've got time difference. And the trees were like, oh, and I
That
thought,
makes sense.
my money has been earned as a father.
I don't know if you remember that one, but I remember going to bed and just like try to get to sleep. And I don't know if whatever time it was or something, if I was getting a bit late for you and my mum to sneak down the stairs and put everything out. But
I never done that. It was all your mum had done it.
but anyway,
Santa.
I remember Santa done it. I remember trying to get to sleep, and I don't know what you were trying to do, as if you were trying to paint the illusion that he just landed on the roof, make all these big thudding noises, as if he's just landed on the roof so we could get out of bed quicker. I always remember that one.
I always thought you would have clicked when you
What
know.
did you say with all that Santa dust and the carrots that were lit, scarred everywhere?
I always thought you would have clicked when they must have thought Santa must drink 4 cans of Guinness when it comes to our house. 4 cans. He's just. We better phone him up at fried rice. Better phone him up at fried rice and chips.
Cha-cha-G's veggie pakora.
What about what's about the doing the Santa's helpers? The wee thingies are doing all the jokes.
Aye.
Elves is at the back. What do they call?
I think my
What's-
girlfriend's days.
Elf on the shelf. That's it. The elf on the shelf.
Oh,
no,
that
I've seen
kind of
some of
came in
them.
just as my wee boy was getting to the kind of point of believing and not believing, and thank God. See when you see
So you
something
don't do
like
elf on the
that.
shelf now? You've not just
What the hell is
He's
elf on the
coming
shelf?
15, it would be weird if I did.
What did they actually do?
I never.
Oh, they get up, they cut holes
They're
in the
ma-
range
they're bit
jammies and they're
mischief.
slating them and like
Oh, is it a bit like the...
Bog roll it, man.
Have you seen
What's that
the...
mad guy,
you-
the Grinch?
Yeah,
Did you see him?
that's exactly what I was about to
he
say.
goes in and
What a
like
joke that boy's
trashes
got,
their
man.
People's
house.
house and that.
What a joke he's got.
Oh,
85 quid.
I'll do it for half
So,
of that.
does he do it for like on purpose? Because I thought it was just a madman.
No.
Somebody
No,
said,
like he's going in and pretending to be the
What a joke
Grinch,
that
and
is, man.
obviously if you've
I
seen
would
the
believe- I'd
Grinch,
like to see him try to come into my house.
£85 he took to do that.
Aye, so people actually
£85.
pay.
Just come in and trash things and run out again.
I like obviously the Wayne had obviously sat out all this food and everything for him,
it's
and
not
I
that,
think he picked it all up. And
It's quite
launched
dramatic
it.
for
So
them.
people
Aye.
pay to get their house
It's quite.
trashed.
It's quite
Well, I don't
dramatic
think
because
the woman that
wins in bags and all
shared
that.
it wasn't expecting them to come in and do it to that extent, I don't think, but he came in and proper wrecked the place.
Aye, I've seen them do it. They've seen it. They
Aye,
wreck the
Waynes
shop.
are greeting a lot.
It's-
That's
like-
just madness, isn't it? I mean, I know some people are into, you know, they pay for people to do some nasty things to them, if you know what I mean.
He's a professional breaking it, and he breaks it. You've paid him 85 quid to course your house out.
It's like Home Alone, isn't it, when they go in and suss the house out and then break it? Aye.
Have you
Aye,
ever
Home
seen the-
Alone. That's
Aye.
it.
Have you ever seen the Family Guy Home Alone?
No.
No.
That's brilliant. The wee guy, see the wee guys at the top, Macaulay Culkin, he's at the top of the stairs, he's put sort of trapped in for them, and he just turn around and shoot him and go, say, no witnesses now.
Oh wow. Oh no. Aye, it's funny.
But you need a laugh, that's for mental health, I always think, anyway.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's Christmas time.
But we
So,
spoke about songs. What's your favourite films then? If it's
Elf.
It's a Wonderful Life.
well, Joe, I'm going to see that on the 23rd. I got the GFT. Do you know the GFT?
No.
The
best.
picture hall.
I pictured what's it called? Glasgow
Film
great film theatre. Glasgow Film Theatre. Glasgow. I was just saying for greater film
best
theatre.
one's the Grosvenor.
Glasgow Film Theatre. It's
See,
like an old school
Is the
cinema.
Grosvenor still there?
Right.
Casino?
Aye, next door.
I'm going to see that.
Oh, I know where that is. Is it
We
just like
took,
that then?
again, we took Adam and Jack to the Grosvenor. I love the Grosvenor, and it was the first time you ever seen a record player. This is when record players were no
There's a photo of that,
longer.
actually.
People were like MP3
We had one at home,
players
aye.
and
We
thing,
had one.
and
My jaw had a floor.
they were like,
Had you never seen one?
What is this?
No, I was
You've
like, I
never
said
seen
me boy, and like there's a photo of me just staring like that. Like, what is
What
this?
is this
Things like house music coming in.
Yeah.
Nice.
On
No.
your life, man.
it? Oh, vinyl's brilliant. Aye, oh, you've got vinyl now, haven't you? You've got.
Everybody gets about vinyl in their life.
Aye. I've got one vinyl and it's called, it's not really Christmassy, 9.5 Weeks. It was the actual, it was a soundtrack. It was on a LP.
You've still got it on a VHS tape, haven't you? You've still got it on a VHS tape.
I don't know why I bought it. It was like, it was random. It was random. I bought it, I seen it, and I was
Aye,
like,
come on.
I'll put that filter. And it was actually for No, it was anyway.
Done yourself.
We're not going to ask you what your favourite
I was
Christmas
going to
film
say,
is now.
I was going to say I done an Italian Santa at a family party because mind the time when you don't
Was it an
mind the time.
Italian Saturday?
But I was
Everybody's Santa's for the
I
North
was
Pole. What is
just in
Italian Saturday?
like that, and it was like
The voice you did when you phoned me the other day.
Yeah, no, that was meant to be. So I phoned her the other day. I phoned her.
I thought it was wee Wido. I nearly told him to fuck off.
I phoned her the other day because she's never heard me. And I was like, "Is this Lisa? I'm looking for the Paradise tour guide." She's like that. Who fucks this? I was trying to act a guy for Feyenoord because
I
obviously
thought it was wee
Feyenoord.
Wido. I was like, aye, right, okay, Gidgeon.
Kid, I'm Dutch, but that was my best Dutch voice. That was what it was.
Right.
It's a Wonderful Life.
A Wonderful Life.
I'm not too sure what I know what yours is now, but is your
Oh,
favourite?
Die Hard.
Right.
It's like the
Christmas one.
it's unqualified Christmas.
Love Actually's quite a good one, isn't it?
Love Actually's. That is a good one actually.
Bill Knightley on that is priceless.
He's brilliant. Aye.
I like how you're in touch with your feminine side there, clearly.
Mate, I'm comfortable.
You know, I
Really
like
comfortable with that.
I'm really comfortable. You know what I mean? I like that. Love Actually.
Love.
Actually, I've really watched.
Aye, I've seen Love
I've seen
Actually.
clips, yeah.
I've seen that a few times. What about you, mate?
Elf. Oh, aye, Elf.
Elf is a modern day one,
Elf or the second Home Alone, because I think that's better than the first one.
Seriously?
Aye. Don't know why. Just think it's better.
Maybe I've just not get enough time. I just thought Home Alone that. I mean,
I think.
after it went to number 3, it was a fucking point.
Aye, Elf.
Aye.
Elf, but
Elf is
I'd
brilliant.
have to be Elf.
Aye.
Can't else.
Lethal Weapon's a Christmas film as well. Don't forget.
Lethal Weapon?
People always talk about. The song Jingle Bell Rock. People always say, "Was Die Hard a Christmas?" Lethal Weapon's a Christmas film. Watch and see. Lisa, what's your favourite Christmas film?
I've got 3 I can't pick, so Home Alone probably the second one, I know.
Right.
The Grinch and Elf.
Aye,
You
yeah,
can't
Jim
beat the Grinch.
Aye,
Like,
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Oh,
one.
do you know
Jim.
something? I don't actually like Jim Carrey though.
Do you not?
What?
No, I know. I
What?
can't take to him. I don't like his
you know what-
films.
Do you know
Some of
what?
his films. Dumb and Dumber is genius.
Oh,
It is,
Genius.
but
And the Truman Show.
Liar.
Truman
Aye,
Show.
Truman Show's.
Truman Show's
Liar,
amazing.
Liar,
Liar.
Liar.
films ever.
Ace Ventura.
The
I can
Mask.
take all
The
that.
Mask, aye. Mask
Ace Ventura, I'm not a big
I've got
fan
a
of,
good-
but The Mask,
Me and his mum's first
You're not a big
date
what?
was to see
big
the,
fan of Ace Ventura.
Right.
Me and his mum's first date was to see The Mask.
Was it? I like The Mask. I went to his club in Mexico at Coco Bongos, and The Mask and all
fancy.
that are there. I went by myself. Like,
Excellent.
Aye,
My
I
bud's just
was.
back for a solo trip.
Oh, really?
Aye, she was in Barcelona.
Well, I went on holiday with family, and I was married, and we'd split up just before we went. So when I was over there, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna go myself, like, you know, in Mexico
Free as a
very
bird.
often. So I went to Coco Bongos by myself. I don't know if that was my best move in Mexico, but it was amazing, and they had the mask and everything there, like the live actors, and
Wow.
it's a proper show. It's unreal.
Aye.
It's unbelievable. So
Get it on a tick list. Right, so I was going to say that the reason I was talking about the Italian Santa is because we had an Italian guy who was on the show before, right?
Oh, brilliant. Fred. And
Federico.
Gaby, I know.
And
Gaby
and
were
obviously Gabe Mackay. So and these
brilliant.
guys,
Federico Martoni, who I love.
well, he didn't
brother.
matter have been known as Big Brother, but he was from Big Brother
oh right, okay.
years ago. He was on the
Right.
show, and so I've been asking about some messages from people to see if I obviously send a Christmas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the one that he sent us just now, and happy commercial nut. Hang on a minute, right? No, I can't read that. No, I don't. No, I
Tell
can't.
us this.
Do you know what?
Tell us this.
I actually can't.
Tell us this.
Do you want to do it?
I'll do it. Aye, any
Can we do
bother.
that? We're allowed to say this?
I think we can.
Aye.
I
Do it if
will
you want.
abbreviate. It says Jesus is black, right? I don't think it's technically true, but I think Jesus was a Palestinian.
Right.
Okay, so
Right.
he certainly wasn't a
Are
white,
you
a
sure we
white
can
man.
read this?
Right. Well, I'll read it. I'll go to jail. Happy commercial pagan winter solstice, which is very true because Christmas Day was the winter solstice holiday. And the Christian church, the Catholic Church, nicked it. Jesus was a black man born in summer, so let's all make believe it's still. Surprise your kids. Got the presents, then asked for a few weeks. That they asked for a few weeks ago. He says mad. right?
Made.
But
Aye, made
he's
means
gonna-
made.
Right. That's why, probably why did he win, Big Brother? Made by Chinese slave elves. Can I comment on the Chinese slave elves? The Chinese slave elves made my trainers as we picked up the last time.
That's right.
You know?
Are they new ones?
No, they're the ones who were the last time. They're the ones all the way from China.
I thought about the white ones. You'd.
And can I just say, this is an expensive jumper, but the Fuck the Fano jumpers are a lot cheaper and a lot better quality.
What?
So there's a lot to be said for this. Has obviously been made by blind Chinamen.
Oh,
I spent a few quid on it.
aye.
So you know,
But the Fuck the Fano ones are better.
Don't bother with Stone Iron. Buy Fuck the Fano if you want.
Oh, is that Stone Iron? We'll need to definitely get. Hopefully, get this guy in for the Fuck the Fano.
No, but Jesus was a Palestinian.
And I think at this time with the show as well, we are going to. I've got a message from Gary Coupland, and I hope that's going to be the case. And this should now show. And this is for Owen. We're going to put this message on the show right now.
Hello, Michael. I'm Gary from the singing Pickle. Hi guys, I've been enjoying the podcast all year and I really look forward to 2024, but hopefully you'll ask me to be a guest, Paul. Please. I really hope you have a great new year and a Merry Christmas, Owen. Hello. Hi. Hello. Owen. He's the bestie. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Anyway, we'll finish with Paul's song. Paul's getting nothing for Christmas. 'Cause Paul has been nothing but bad. This year, next year is going to be great. Yes.
So thank you very much, Gary Coupland, for that. Gary Coupland, by the way, from the Singing Kettle. Now, did you ever watch the Singing Kettle?
No,
I
did not.
loved
I was meant to
Singing
Wiggles,
Kettle.
man.
I loved it.
Did you?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. All the
I was
songs
more a
and
Wiggles man.
oh no, I loved
No,
the Singing
Gary
Kettle.
Kettle.
Those are.
No,
Did you not
the
take
Singing
me?
Kettle.
I took you to
definitely.
Wiggles.
Oh,
Aye.
Stella
That's my first
Artie
concert.
and what's the other one?
Stella Artie and was it
Stella Artie and
Stella Artie? God, I used to watch it all the time. We went
did I.
Stella Artie and
we went to the live show at the Gaiety
Well,
and
I'll need to do it.
I bet you all the
Always
people
keep
in the
Kevin.
was it Kevin?
Kevin was the other one.
Stella Artie.
Stella Artie, Kevin, Gary, obviously. Mm-hmm. And was it Stella?
Was it Stella? Have I made that up?
I bet
think
you
it's
they were
Stella.
having the greatest
not
time
married?
ever.
Aye,
bet they were having
Artie
the
and Stella.
Aye.
I bet they were having the greatest time ever. I remember years ago somebody telling me about what's her when they were making fun of Nicola Sturgeon. They used to always
The Crankies.
the Crankies.
Oh, the Crankies.
I remember years and years ago somebody saying to me, you know the true story about the Crankies, how they were into all like, you know, they're into swinging and all the mad sex games and stuff.
Yeah.
Right, right. And I was like, no chance.
Stay up with the
Oh,
Crankies.
aye, they're crazy for all that. And I bet you all these people at
you're
Wiggles
joking.
and Singing Kettle. and
I
that.
must,
No,
sorry,
I
I'm
better
trying to
have
read.
a-
Sorry,
I
I'm
better
trying to read
have
the
an
past
rock
members.
your
But you need to get back on that. So just I'm going to with past members for Singing Kettle. It was Cilla Fisher, Gary Coupland, Jane Fisher, Kevin McLeod, and Anya Scott Rogers. That's who the Singing Kettle was.
So you
But
need
sorry,
to
what did you
get
say?
Gary on then to see what it's like behind the scenes in these. Because I'd love to
Gary-
see a documentary about the Wiggles. I bet they were living it up. I bet
Was the
they,
Wiggles no? Because I remember my wee boy, he watched the Wiggles, but I watched the Singing Kettle. The Wiggles no a newer thing.
no, the Wiggles, what age? I used to take you. The Wiggles
you know
were
the
going
Wiggles,
for a
Bob?
few years, and I took you.
Aye, but
I
I'm
used
a
to
good
take
bit
you.
older than him. I don't remember the Wiggles too when I was
What age
wee.
was that when I saw it?
I'm not going to. It's not.
I'd
It'd
been
be rude for me to ask you.
I'm
your age.
35, so like, I don't think the
So I'm a
Wiggles were
couple
about
of
when I was wee.
Well,
they?
he's
I would have been
20,
about
so
3 or something. 3, no, 2, 3.
Aye, so but they're Australian guys, and I think at one point they were the most. They had more money, you know. They had more money in NXS. They had more money than Kylie Minogue.
1991
was it?
Was when they were filmed, but they're still going.
Are they still going? Yeah.
Still going.
Documentary coming out of
I'd love to see that.
Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. They're from.
Because do you know why? See, the best thing that day what had me in absolute tears was the adult jokes they kept popping in.
They do that quite a lot of things, though, don't they? Even SpongeBob and stuff.
Hilarious, you know what I mean? But the wee kids,
they
when
don't,
they recognised, but it was brilliant. But all the crankies were well mad for it. They were
a broad-minded couple.
You never really know what's going on in somebody's life, though, do you? Like, it's
that's true.
You could be sitting beside anybody and you just
you just
each to
don't
their
know.
own, though.
But the crankies.
I'm not condemning them in any way. I had more respect when I found it.
So, whilst we're doing this mental health stuff, right? I've always asked you, Brian, that, and I never really get an answer.
I've never
for you.
been into the swinging.
No.
Do you want my wee black book?
I've never.
Your mental health. How do you look after your mental health? Apart from going and get full of Guinness and the 0% Guinness, right? But what is it you? By the way, I've heard the 0% Guinness is really nice.
No, it's horrible.
I've heard it's really. Have you tried it?
I'm a bit snobbish when it comes to my Guinness, as you know.
I can second that.
I'm very snobbish.
It's just nice. Somebody's told me it's really nice.
Oh, I don't know what he had.
You get all the non-alcoholic beers that are fine.
Apart from drinking alcohol, what gets you through your mental health, apart from being Bob, because me and Bob speak about this a lot. This, sitting down, talking to people. Is that it for you?
That is it for me.
Music, obviously bespoken music.
My kids and my wife. That's it. I'm probably a boring old guy, but that's where I get my. If there's anything that when I'm on my deathbed and I look back, as long as my kids are fine, as long as my wife's fine, then what more can you be asked for? It when we go up a lot to the graveyard to visit, my mother. All you ever see in a gravestone is beloved mother or beloved father or much loved. You don't see any signs saying, "Oh, here lies."
It's on the corner of the gravestone because you only see the name. That's it. The date of birth, end of days. Put a Q code on the top of the gravestone.
A QR code.
You can do that, scan it, and you can give you a bit about the person's life.
Well, there's a business.
Well, do you know something? Here's the thing that I was talking to Emma about, right? My lover. I was talking to her about. She was talking about watching the Shane McGowan funeral, right?
Right.
They made it an actual. They brought a celebration of life, and they were bringing out stuff like. This is what he was into, and they would bring it out one by one, and they would all celebrate what he was into. So you don't go. I don't think that should be a new thing that should happen at funerals. They should have. I mean, we're not going to have a budget that they're going to use for that. But what I'm saying is, why did they not make that a thing? You celebrate what the person was into.
Well, when my granny Mullen passed away, right? I mean, this was an old-fashioned wake. This was stuff, and I don't heard all the stories. I mean, they were partying for about 3 days. I mean, Ray really went for it. We spoke about this before with David Kieran and Joe Parry.
Brother Joe.
People said, that's let's celebrate life. And I truly believe that. But the point I was going to make about you're saying about my mental health, as long as Pamela and my kids are, Adam and Jack are all right, then what more can you ask for? Because you also know that, both you and I used to do an extremely, extremely stressful job. And I look back and I think, what a waste of time that was.
What was the point?
What a waste of time that was. I earned a few quid off it, but you were coming home, stressed at your box, working to, 1 in the morning. I hope I made sure that through the years that I made the time for Adam and Jack, because it was a complete utter waste of time in terms of, we're all either going to end up in an urn or underneath a stone. So That's all my mental health concern is to make sure that I support Adam and Jack and Pamela, and as long as that's happy, and as long as I can, my football team puts a bit of a smile on my face every now and again, and I get the odd pint of Guinness and a nice bottle of red wine, then that's it. I'm a man of very few. I don't expect a lot. I don't ask for a lot.
What about you, Bob? What would you say is
Mate, close friends.
Yep, aye.
Well, that's a big part.
That's a big thing, I know.
Huge part of me, that's how we met.
Aye.
You know what I mean? It's a massive thing, mate, innit?
Aye.
Your good close friends tell you just the way it exactly is, innit?
Aye.
They tell you we're an ass. Do you know what I mean? But if you're struggling, they're there for you, innit? It's a crutch, it's an everything, innit?
Aye.
Oh, mates, 100%, mate. 100%.
Aye. So
I've gained better mates, and I hope they're listening, down here, if I moved into Glasgow, mate.
Aye.
I did when I stayed up in Northlands, you know what I mean?
Aye.
Hands down, mate. Hands down.
Yep.
True to themselves, everybody's true to themselves, they accept you the way you are. Do you know what I mean? Oh, definitely, mate. My mates, hands down. New mates, new friends.
Aye.
I've all got this here.
Yep.
The connection, mate. Constant connection with people. Definitely, that keeps my mental health at the peak.
Aye.
Definitely.
Aye. It's so. Aye, that's so. From a younger point of view, right? What would you say? What about you, Lisa? What's your mental health kind of stuff to do? So just keeping active and being out there. Because even though there's stuff that people don't see. So, but how did you get out of it? I know we don't need to talk about the dark points. But
I know that I haven't been very good at looking after my mental health, to be honest.
Right.
I've probably done everything I can to avoid looking after it, keeping myself busy, because that's not really dealing with the problem, is it? That's just kind of burying your head in the sand, I feel like. That is probably something that I do need to get better at. But football it's been a massive thing for me, not just for St Rochs, but the other team as well. Like, just focusing on that. When's the next game? Where are we going? And then the people that I've met through doing that, so people that I've met on our bus, like, I've formed some really, really good friendships from that.
Yep.
I've formed some really good friendships online. Wee Wido, his girlfriend, different people, like, and those are friendships that I think I'll have for life now.
Yes.
And they're always there. They are always there. And like you say, like, if somebody's a true friend, they will tell you if you're being an arse. They will only just, you're right, you're great, they tell you if you're wrong, they tell you when you're right. But they're there to pick you back up as well. Yeah. When you need it. So
yeah, I've noticed that getting older, you start to find true mates, don't you? Because I think you don't put up with the same amount of rubbish that you might have put up with. Well, I suppose growing up, we're all grown up and we've all made mistakes, but I think as older I've got, the people that I'm now starting to connect with is like truly outstanding. It's like you give guys like you, Brian, and obviously Bob and you as well.
I don't really have many friends left who actually, when I was younger, and you see other people and you hear them say, we've been pals for 20 years and 30 years, and you think, but then I've got other people coming into my life, and their friendships probably meant more to me in the short space of time that they've been in my life than other people that maybe have been about my life for my whole life. Yep. So I think I do need to be a bit better in terms of looking after my mental health, but things like what you were saying about the running club and stuff and things like that in the past, I've always been reluctant to go to things like that because I honestly could not run the length of myself. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, I couldn't do it, but you were obviously saying like all abilities. That's
why the point of why we're trying to start it is
so that would encourage somebody like me who's never went through fear of not being good enough, or because I can't do it. Like, some people can run for, I just can't do it. But I see people doing it all the time. You see people going to run or going to the gym and then you see them saying, that was great, and you think, how did that help you? But like, God, could not think of anything worse.
Have you ever tried the couch to 5k thing? You've ever heard that?
I gave it a bash, but like,
no, honestly, the reason I said it,
I was like, but
it's called couch to 5k. It was a thing they were doing for a while.
It does work, but
my friend done it and she done really well with it, and she does runs all the time now, and that's great. But it didn't work for me. But maybe that's because I was trying to do it by myself though as well.
My running stemmed through grief.
Yes. Yep.
Obviously,
sorry, I'm shouting yes there as if it's a good thing.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a good thing to talk about grief, though, because it's such a taboo.
Grief, And then a lot it was at the time I was playing quite a high level of rugby, and I was training 6 times, playing sometimes 7 times a week. I was a bit burnt out, and
I'm getting injured all the time.
And then I think I was a bit burnt out, and then I was playing with like Glasgow under 18s and stuff.
What about watching your father when your father, believe it or not, used to go running and you were a wee kid? Did that? No.
I've only got a couple of memories. Didn't last long.
That did my running. I should go. I get my mental health was. I ran it started couldn't run past the pub. That was.
Well, actually, when you were growing up, I was going through a lot of running. I was doing a lot of running. Mind I was doing running.
And the posts were always behind you.
No, that's not true. Actually, it might have been. But I still running.
Mine was just for a lot of grief at the time, and then I was trying to keep it, as I said, to play my rugby. I was playing at a considerably high level at the time, and I felt a wee bit alienated at where I was playing because, I was only state school kids actually playing in the team, so it was all a lot. I would tell guys that they would ask, "Oh, what did your dad do as a job?" And I go, "I was a Royal Mail manager," which to me was a cracking job. And
well, it was a cracking job.
Snigger and laugh. And go,
well, sorry about that. That's good news to me. Sorry your father was such a failure.
Because Jacob Peacock and, all the double barrel time names, all the stereotypes. Their dads own tech companies and all that stuff. And I would rock up a Fiat Panda of my granddad's and just storm in and just play my game, which was, I loved all that. And I get great memories. But my fitness just changed my life. It really, at the time, lockdown, as much as it was hard for a lot of people financially, for their mental health and all that, I can say that it did help me. I needed a lockdown. I needed that wee period of my life that everything was just stop so you can reset, focus. And from now, I would never look back at, because when I went into lockdown, I was eating like crap and sattles, and coming out of it, I was a totally new man, totally changed.
Where I felt sorry for you at the time is you were at an age where, what age were you at lockdown? 17 or something?
No, I was.
Would have been 16.
So you were at an age where, because we didn't know how long it was going to be, so you were starting to approach an age where it was like you should be going out, you should be going to places, you should have the fake ID trying to get into places, right? But everything was just closed. Sports centres, everything was closed. You know what I mean? You couldn't go and meet your pals, you were on that bloody PlayStation. I was meant to homeschool you. I looked at a book, man. I don't know what that means.
Homeschooling involved me and him watching Celtic versus Kilmarnock for 2006. But that's another story.
Because I was like, 1 + 1 is better. But so I used to always laugh at that. Yeah, you need to homeschool your kids. Like, let me look at it.
I mean, as a Kevin Bridges joke that a lot of not stupid, less developed kids went on to achieve. I went on to law degrees at uni and stuff that they probably shouldn't have got into. But no, lockdown was it was a hard, but it had to happen for me.
So, Bob, what would you say? Obviously, we talked about our mental health. Obviously, we're talking about this. Well, we talk a lot about. Me and you spoke about creating a walking club. I was going to say running club because you said it in my head. But we spoke about a walking club because me and you have been walking and talking. No, the walking and talking is massive. That's how I helped a few guys, without mentioning names. I've helped a few guys just go like, let's go walk, and then just start talking. Because
you were walking up a mountain at one point with somebody,
well, no, that was you done that. You done that. I was meant to go. I missed that day.
So a young lad that lost his life in the family one day. Up in Nevis.
I was really impressed with that.
Of people up there.
Well, that was Eddie's army. And
I didn't have the life before. So at least you seen about the running you can do it. There's folk that can walk the length of themselves. Took herself up to Ben Nevis and back down again.
It's amazing what you can actually do, isn't it? Kind of mind over matters.
See, when I was getting up and doing it, and I'm reasonably fit, but seeing I was getting up and doing it, and Ben was struggling. the big man done phenomenal. He was going up to scatter his dad's ashes.
Right.
So he got himself to the top. But I wasn't there. He wouldn't have come down because he was spent. Do you know, he was emotionally spent.
Aye.
But sitting talking to the family the way up that hill
Right.
was phenomenal. Man.
See, you've thought about doing a walking club and expanding it and five-a-side team and doing events and everything else.
On the pipe works for next year. I think next year will be a big year. We've started all right. We've got a good wee bunch of boys coming along and stuff, but I think that when January and stuff hits, it's obviously a bit of a weird time of the year to start a running club. Everybody's busy out on Saturday nights, you know, the usual stuff that young people, even, you know, all people all ages do, but I think next year will be a big year for us. Well, I hope so.
If you want me involved in the Eclipse walking club, then, you know, forget it. 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
Well, I might be changing.
Well, it's not that. We come from 5 o'clock rises, Brian. We were fair job. It was up at 5. Aye, but no.
5 o'clock. We'll go for a walk.
We have got it still.
We'll go for a walk.
If we need to train a
10
bit.
o'clock at night.
You said you can run a length for yourself, but I mean that was me a couple of years ago.
I just can't breathe doing it. I mean, I'd love to, because sometimes if I do feel really, really stressed, I just think I need to go walk. I need to go and walk, and I'll just park and I'll just walk. But then I see other people going to run and stuff, and I think maybe if I did that regularly, I wouldn't get to the point where I feel like.
Honestly, I remember going out one of my first ever runs, and I think I phoned you after it, and I had this grey jumper on, which eventually turned like blue because of how much I was sweating. And you're like, brilliant. And I saw my rugby coach up the canal, and he was posting about it. It was like, oh boys, this is what you should be doing and stuff. I just remember looking at it fully dead embarrassed because I just had a nick I was in, and it took me about an hour and a half to run it, and that was one of the moments that I was like, right, time to sort myself out. And then for there, I've run 2 marathons, and only less than a percentage of the world's population will run a marathon in our life.
Wow.
And I've done 2.
That's
well done, mate.
Aye.
Next year, I hope to do 3. So
good on you.
so that's a plan.
Good.
And an MMA fight, but that's a different story.
Yeah, because your mother will never allow that in a million years.
Nah, well,
20, so we can discuss this later on.
Let's discuss it later on. We'll roll about in the car.
You know, his mother Barry's gunning.
Maybe that's the fight he's talking about.
I seen by that fight on YouTube. I can't really fight.
At least you can run though.
Exactly, can run away. An octagon's probably bigger than a boxing ring. Run with it.
Aye. So anyway, so what we'll do is I was going to speak about some of the stuff that I'd learned over the past week, the self-harm and the suicide awareness. But what we'll do is, if there's anybody who is struggling with self-harm, for example, right? Now, Bob, can you speak about self-harm? Because you've obviously, would it be all right if you did me your kind of way on it? Why?
There's people, mate, that I've met in the hospital. There's people that relate to this as well, that it's a vent.
Aye.
Because you're anything that has happened to me, mate, I'd say about 98% of the time I'm not really aware of it. You get into a deregulation, it's like a dissociated state. You're completely dissociated for your feelings, your thoughts, anything at all like that. But I know a lot of people that I've been speaking to, unfortunately, have been in the ward, they say it's a release for them. Because they felt something, at least felt something. I mean, I've seen some horrendous scars in people's bodies, mate. Horrible thing.
But the self-harm.
Just keep doing it, mate. But self-harm's not just about the physical cut. Yeah, it's about your behaviour, it's about your attitude to people, it's about anything, gambling, addiction, narcotics, you name it, shopping, sex, and all that. It's a vent, innit?
Yep.
It's how the individual deals with it, mate.
It's just so what I learned about, and I don't know if you'll agree with me, but what I learned for self-harm was I asked the question, is self-harm the first step to suicide? And they're 2 different things. They're connected, but they're totally different things. And suicide is when you end. You want to end your life. But what they were saying with self-harming was it was a coping strategy. It was them hanging on to life. It's them surviving was the word that they spoke about. And they said that's them surviving. So if there's anybody who is self-harming and they want help, apart from talking to people in their family and obviously doctors and stuff like that, I'm going to leave my resources at the bottom of this page, and Penumbra is one of the organisations that I will going to speak about. But what I'll do is I'll leave all the organisations at the bottom of the details of this podcast episode. And like I say, if there's anybody struggling with anything like that, family members or anything like that, please contact us and put a comment, and we'll give you the resources straight away. And because obviously what we're trying to create is a community that helps each other. But when we're not here, I will obviously leave the 24-hour helplines that are there, and they will be at the bottom of this page, of the descriptions. So, Christmas. This is a Christmas event, right? Christmas episode. Let's end it in a wee cheery note. What's the plans for the future, Brian? And what's the plans for what's happening?
What, for me, as in years to come?
Actually, no.
Tomorrow never knows what's
So I suppose the question for me is, because you're coming in and you're helping me, and so's Bob, hopefully so's Lisa, you're helping me create something here, right? Mm-hmm. How can we make this better for other people? Is there a way of making it better, or is it just keep doing modern?
No, I mean there is, but everybody has a story, as I've always said to you. So, my belief is the more contributors, the more the message can get spread out. We've mentioned the fact that, one of the guests we had on before, Leanne, has now branched out. She's got her own podcast. That's a great podcast. I've watched that.
Aye, what's it called? Let's Do It.
Aye, it's really good. We've mentioned the fact that her contributors, that she took them out for a Christmas night out, and
so that's just a shout out before you get it.
We're waiting on her.
That's a shout out to Chris. That's a shout out to Christopher as well. Christopher and Lee have started that.
No doubt. We'll keep chatting the door. That's one improvement that can be made.
Yep.
But no, I think it's we just need to keep.
Sorry, it's called Let's Have It. I do apologise.
I have seen that.
It's Let's Have It.
Their TikTok. I think I'm actually friends with them on TikTok.
Yeah,
it's a good podcast.
It's a good podcast. I've only just started.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as good as this one, but it's good.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
No, you're on board, Lisa. But no, we just keep evolving. As you know, I like just to come on it now and then, and giving you any help, any support that you need. But what I have noticed is more and more people are asking about it, or more people do want to come on, and the more people that you get involved, the more shares, the more people can, even if they can just pick up one wee message, if it can just help one person in the whole entire world, then I think that's a great thing. The last 2 episodes, obviously, the Jerry Taylor impact, as we've now called it, is because Jerry's was really powerful, really courageous, really brave. What he spoke about. Prior to that, he'd be Oddball.
Yeah, Oddball and 5 stars. Yeah.
And I thought that wee guy was equally as courageous, and he's working hard against facing a lot of demons. So that's really what we need to keep, because it's a massive door that needs to get sort of pushed down, and we just need to keep knocking away at it. You know what I mean? We just need to keep try to help people. We're no experts, as we found out. The last time we had a serious discussion about that. So if you are watching it, if you think that we are not helping, because we're no experts, but we are always available, especially yourself, just to contact us, Twitter, YouTube, you're on Facebook. We will chat, we will help, no matter what it is. Just to encourage people to go and get the help. I mean, I think it's a great thing you said, Lisa, about you don't really, most people don't want to face their problems. I've been on this, I think it's my 5th time on this. I'm still would rather just say no, as long as I don't really want to face problems that I've got. As long as the kids are all right, as long as my wife's fine, that's just keep driving on. But that's just me trying to be, maybe there's a bit of protection for myself there.
It's easier that way as well, isn't it? And if somebody, are you all right? I am fine.
Aye, I'm fine.
That's easier than explaining.
Anybody,
actually.
You just kind of let it be. And just
aye.
So you know, so no, but I mean, yeah, hopefully we don't let you down if you do contact us, but we'll do everything we can.
Yeah, definitely. And Bob, what about yourself, mate? I know that you've been quiet, but you've been dealing with your own life, and you've been getting better. What about you, mate? What's happening for the future, man?
Mate, I'm just keep steady.
Keep steady.
I've got my mental health steady, mate, and I'm not going in that hospital. I'm right, mate. That's my job. I've done great. I've done amazing in the last couple of years, mate. And I'm proud of myself for it.
Well done.
Well done, mate. Well done, mate.
90% you're there yourself, and you 99% you're there yourself. I don't have any comfort blankets round about me to keep me protected for this, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Bob needs to protect himself for this.
No.
Do you know what I mean? More than anything. But no, mate, listen, I'll be back on this show a right few times. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Good to hear Big Man, you've been on it 5 times, you know what I mean? Brilliant.
It's no, we'll not keep score. But I've got Brian as a ref. Well, Brian was quite good. Brian was quite good in that one. I'll bring him back. But no, like I say, you've met today, and there's going to be definitely future events.
This is so important, this place, mate. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got the same sort of hairstyle and the same sense of humour. You know what I mean? That's it.
Aye, so no, but thank you.
Things are coming for this week.
Definitely. Thank you. But thank you so much again, Bob. Me and you've got a lot to speak about in the future, so thank you so much for coming back in the day.
You know that.
And the young, aspiring, new blood.
Yes.
New blood.
New blood.
Mate, thank you so much again for coming in.
No hassle. Anytime.
And you're going to be bringing some more people in, aren't you?
Yes.
We've not spoken about it yet, but we have spoken about it.
Yes, we have.
But
yes.
So who's this? Who's the plans?
Few up my sleeve.
Well, we've got no, we'll speak about that when we've got it nailed down. We do have Craig Gallagher who's coming in. Craig Gallagher's definitely coming in. I'm hoping he's coming in. I keep saying that we're going to do it this week and then it goes to the next week. So Craig Gallagher, young actor in Scotland, in Glasgow.
I did discover just a couple of hours back there that the girls from, what are they called again? Oops, a Daisy Flores, Bishop Briggs.
Oh, by the way,
Cross Court.
And by the way, I was speaking to them as you say, I was in there this week.
They want to come on.
Would they come in?
They want to come
so
on.
So we've got Oopsie Daisy as official sponsors, and we've got, I'm hoping, actually DJ Stephen Bennett from Beyond Entertainment is coming in. Right? We'll get him in as well. Good. But guess what? We've got, I know you're, guess what? Have you ever heard a guy called Sean Focus?
No.
Right, if you've never heard of Sean Focus, go and Google and see Sean Focus on YouTube. He's rap, R&B, hip hop, and he does a lot. He's from Scotland. Or in fact, I think he's from. He'll kill me. I think he's from London, but he's staying in Edinburgh, in Glasgow. He's a Hearts fan, but I've seen he's a Hearts fan. Sean Focus, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry if you're a Hearts fan, it's no problem. I'm not getting any issues with that. But I would love you to come on the show. We have been speaking about it, so hopefully we're going to get it done this week.
It's meant to be done. Bring on jam tarts. I like jam tarts.
Jam tarts.
I like hearts, but I like
jam tarts.
Now we'll get Lisa from Air, so you can have an episode for the seaside.
Oh, aye, we could have that. We could do that.
I thought you were going to stress Air United there, but I get an episode at the seaside.
Craig Tara, is that still kicking about?
Oh, see, I have to do for Glasgow. Every time I come up here, he's all daft for the beach and he's all daft for Craig Tara.
I
worked at Craig Tara for years. I remember it was Butlins. Butlins is Craig Tara now, but nobody for Ayr actually goes to Ayr Beach.
Aye.
It's just all trains full of Glasgow folk that come down and you fill it.
Stevie used to DJ in Hangar 13.
Oh really?
Aye, Steve's was a massive.
Right, okay.
Aye.
Ayer's not what it used to be anymore. It's kind of like everywhere else. It's like a ghost town now.
We need to thank you, and we've also need to thank you. Or need to thank, because we've missed another sponsor, Brian. Cafe Torino for Bishop Briggs. Again, thank you so much for all the girls. They help me every day, and I speak to them every day. So Cafe Torino, I need to give them a massive shout out as well. So I've just cut you off there.
You're all right.
But so what's happening? Are you looking forward to coming into this and getting a wee bit busier?
Absolutely. It's something else again to give me a focus, give me a purpose, and try and work on making myself happy again. So that's
good.
I have no doubt you'll make it a more popular podcast, and
Yes.
you'll help it grow.
I hope I can help.
think people
No,
would
you won't.
rather watch Lisa Maclean than this stupid fucking guy.
No, I think
It's my accent. It's my accent. They don't like listening to it, and nobody understands what I'm saying. Every time I come up here, I'll say something, folk will look at me and be like,
No, I think it's all right. That's fine.
I say Ken all the time though.
Aye.
I don't think I know.
Oh, yeah,
I say it all the time. Like, Ken, what I mean?
I've not noticed. But you get into see, mate?
I just next year, big plans for the Eclipse.
Yes.
That's the big plans for myself as well.
I'm hoping to get out with you, mate. I'm hoping to get out running with you.
I would love you to
Aye.
get that posted and spreads the word.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Oh, and we forgot as well, but the people cracking creatives. Cracking Creatives, another big shout out to them because they hand delivered the new hat. In fact, I'll show you the new hat. In fact, just wait, then I'll get the
Is
hat.
this the hat you've not got me yet?
And the,
you could have-
And the
a
hoodie
clips.
you've not got me yet?
And Eclipse
Look at
hoodies.
this.
Ooh.
A wee tote bag as well. And it was cracking had done that. But let's see the back. Bob, I might get you one of these. That's all.
Nice.
Okay.
Fantastic.
That reminds me.
Myself.
Remember what's up with Lisa modelling? I used to model. I used to model balaclavas and shoes. You know, I used to do that for a great catalogue.
What would you call that though? That hat?
A beanie.
Beanie?
Well, you got a beanie. I just call it a hat.
Some folk, see, somebody said to me about putting their tammy on. I was like, what's a tammy? I was like,
Well, the time.
a beanie or a bonnet?
A beanie and a bonnet.
A bonnet, aye. Beanies, they're all sort
A
of
beanie or a bonnet, but somebody called it a tammy and I did not have a clue what a tammy was.
You might not wear it with your ears just there.
Nah.
Or just.
You look like Dappy for end dubs.
I like
Well, believe it or not, it's funny you said that because obviously Maggie, that was her connection with Dappy, wasn't it? Fendubs. So in the
Who's Dappy? Again, mate.
Dappy's the
Dappy's the
rapper.
one that wears the hat.
He wears the hat.
It used to have the
he's
bits
got the
hanging through
dreadlocks and all that.
No, I'm too old.
Well, he was part of Maggie's show. Well, he wasn't part of Maggie's show, but it was massive. It was she had a big she did tattoos, wasn't it, of Dappy on her arm. So she was. So Maggie's also coming back in. Yep, he paid for her treatment.
Did he?
Watched that show?
Yep.
I've seen quite a few videos of him doing quite a few.
He paid for that, and that's another shout to Dappy. There you go. It's enough. That's
You need to do the na-na-na.
What is he does?
I can't hear it.
What is he? Does it Nappy do? Does it Nappy do something? And then
He goes na-na-na.
what's his name? Nappy.
Dappy.
Dappy.
Dappy to Lisa.
On the nappy.
You need where you see yourself, the way your ears are sticking out.
Sorry. It's Christmas, isn't it? Dopey. I'll be dopey. But anyway, that's us for our Christmas episode. I know. How cheery was that? Was it cheery? But do you think it was cheery?
It was alright.
It was alright, aye.
Cheerio.
Just kind of.
But we wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. That's what's good.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
What's the next words?
Good
Good tidings we bring
to you
and your King.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let Bob finish that. And a happy. Have an excellent Christmas, guys, and we'll see you next year. Love the podcast. Please share it with your friends and family and subscribe to the YouTube channel. What have we said? We hit the 1,000 subscribers, so that was a massive thing. We should have said it from the beginning of the show. For 1,000, we're just over 1,000 subscribers.
I know.
So thank you very much for the singing as well, Brian. Have an excellent Christmas, and please, if you're struggling, just reach out, talk to your friends and family. But if you want to talk to us, send us a comment. We will get back to you. Somebody will contact you. All right. Have an excellent day.
This got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate and dance so free. One more time. This got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate and dance so free. One more time. This got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate and dance so free. One more time. This got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate and dance so free. One more time. This got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate